Hello and welcome to JL Season 18A Round 4. Motegi here for the Japanese J Prix, and we've got 12 drivers out here today competing for the J Prix. When? Fucked that up a little. Alright. We've got MW who won the AL race. We got Lexus who got second in the AL race. We've also got some people that didn't drive the AL race. The pole in AL I believe was 37.40, so we'll be expecting some JL driver to successfully beat that, of course. So here we go. First lap of the quali. It's a 37.5 from MW. Mogging all those JL drivers. No, he's not. It's Albano with the Yoa strategy, or maybe he just started late by accident, but I think it's the Yoa strategy probably. 37.37. We do indeed see that AL pole time get improved on by the one and only Scotsman from Zipex, but we've still got 2 more laps of quali to go. Very interesting to see our look right now. It's a Zipex sandwich as Polak is in provisionally last right now, and it's a sub 37 from MW. Oh my, what a talent we have here. Once he drives CL, he'll be the next big thing. Lexus also amazing improvement up to 37.28, and Albano improves himself as well, 37.35. Jetix as well, 37.37. so we're seeing some great times here, but my god, MW with the sub 37, and that will be the talk of the town, because there is a very high chance that multiple UL people will be unable to hit that time in the UL quali today, and he's once again planning to just embarrass the UL grid with his JL achievements. El Bishone improves up to 5th with 37.40, but other than that we don't see much improvement in the final lap of qualifying. So a little rundown through the grid. MW44, he's on pole position at 4. Kenzer with 36.98. Doe Gamer must be absolutely joyful right now. And we've got Lexus on the front row, Carpathian's Peak 37.28, Mr. Albano in third, Zipex 37.35, Jetix. Great qualifying for Kenzer, also great for Carpathian's Peak, as we've got Albashon in fifth, Carlitos for Record Supernova in sixth, and we've got Fede for Cosport, Axis for Elysian, Mika Tamika for Archon, Sunday Driver also for Elysian, Mafagil for Ricard, and Polak for Zipex. A bit over a second behind Mafagil. So that's the grid as it stands, and there's no Solaris driver here today, following I believe the retirement of one of the Solaris drivers, and also the retirement of their team principal. So that's quite something then. It's 10% rain here tonight. It's a rainy race, 21 laps ahead of us, and I wonder, well, oh, and we've got a wet start. The track is nearly fully wet, but it is clouds. We're seeing a few hards, seeing one soft, seeing enters MW, stalls, everyone dodges him. Of course, he had some issues in the connection check. We'll have to see if those issues render him undrivable. He was completely fine in AL, but it's Mr. Albano with the lead of the race. We've got Fede getting up there as well. We've got all the hard runners, the soft runners, struggling behind, but we do have Polak on the enters for some reason in 11th. He didn't practice for this track, so I guess that makes sense. Fede down the inside, very ballsy move, but perfectly executed, and he takes the lead of the race, leads the first lap, 39.75. Albano down the inside, sun is coming soon. People will have to pit off the enters soon, and we'll see Bishone currently leading the dry tire runners, the slick runners, on those hards, and if he manages to keep a close enough gap to the enter runners up ahead, he might profit the most out of anyone. But it's Albano right now running away. Fede has lost him. We've got MW in third. We got Jetix screwing up the hairpin, and Mika hits the back of him. It's Mafagil up into fourth position. Il Bishone still holding on to 7th. And we've got Lexus, we've got Polak actually making his way up on those inters. Even he's able to beat out those slick tire runners. Albano having the time of his life, having the fastest lap, and he is very comfortable in that race lead at the current moment. We'll obviously have to see how he manages. The track is now dry. He's gonna have to be careful every single turn. If you don't brake enough, oh, he goes wide a bit on the hairpin, but he manages to keep it on track. Fede with a little bit of a better run there. MW, Mafagil, Mika Tamika, they've already pitted. MW actually up in 5th, only a second behind Ilbashoni. That's looking great for him. Albano onto the medium tires. Fede is onto the softs. Albano comes out. He's still in the lead of the race, and this is at 17 laps until the end. He's probably looking for 2 mediums or maybe a medium and a hard. I think that's the strategy he'll be opting for. Bishone had a little squabble with Fede there, but he's on the hard tires. Fede's on the softs. I think Bishone will try and get some rudimentary slip skills going to make the most of the situation. MW in 4th. Of course, I'm not hearing any complaints from the drivers, but these are JL drivers. They might not be able to chat at the same time. Doe Gamer can of course notify me if someone is a little bit acting up in connection wise. And we've got Carlitos and Mafakil 7th and 8th currently, but Jetix is looking for it, looks for that inside move on Mafakil, looks for another one on Carlitos, but Carlitos has got the better exit. Let's take a look back up. Albano has lost a bit of that gap, of course. There's a tire advantage that Fede is wielding currently, and the fastest lap is actually MW of 37.28. This man is just a beacon of talent out on the track, and it is just very exciting what he will be potentially able to do in such a short time soon in CL and UL. Albano still in the race lead, holding on to that gap as much as he can with Fede's tire advantage. In fact, he actually was faster than Fede last lap by a 10th, and he's looking to try and maybe get this tire advantage going for the mediums as the softs start to wear. Bishone just very calmly following Fede at the current moment. His tires are more worn as well, so that probably also contributes to his decision. But Albano, oh, Fede I think made a mistake there, and he does lose 3 or 4 tenths to Albano, as MW is actually chasing him and Bishone down as a result. MW of course beat Fede to the win in AL. Fede only managed 3rd because he went on to the 2-stopper instead of the 1-stopper, and that unfortunately cost him. He did not have the tire advantage on the softs to be able to mitigate the pit time loss from that 2-stopper strategy. Albano must be having a time of his life. I've got to actually check. F1 ending soon. I'm gonna check sometime during this race if he's won a JL race yet or not, because I've got a feeling he hasn't. Lexus is in 4th right now. Him and Bishone starting those hard tires. Of course, it means they are more worn than they would be usually, because of course in the rain, it's much more tricky with the dry tires. MW makes a mistake. He's just recently pitted onto fresh mediums. He's got his teammate Jetix behind him. Jetix must have not had too great a start. He's finding himself down in 7th. Soon to pit himself. We've got Sun coming soon. Albano goes wide. Fede does not, and thus he gains 2 tenths on Albano that lap. He's also separated himself from Bishone, who will surely be planning to pit very shortly, but I think so will the drivers up ahead. Maybe not Albano, but I think Fede will be pitting soon as well. We're going back to clouds, but no rain announced as of yet. Of course, drivers that are planning to pit, they might want to extend a bit longer, maybe look for a bit of luck. But with dead tires, it's a very risky strategy, and Fede is in, Bishone stays out. And I think Bishone is going for the 10 hards into 11 hards. He could of course also go 11 into 10 to get that little tire advantage at the end. Lexus is now up in 3rd, but Fede is not too far behind. However, MW, look at that. MW has managed a wonderful undercut on Fede, and now he's within his slip range, so he's certainly caught back up to Fede, and now he's looking to pass him down the inside and through this middle sector, holding on to that overtake he completed on Fede, and he's saying, as he's telling Fede to slipstream him, he's looking to catch Lexus, he's looking to pass Lexus as Lexus pits, and it is MW solidly into P3. I think Fede just barely outside his slip range at 37.37. What a lap. Compare that to Fede. I think it was an outlap, but still 39.92. Bishone at 39.40, and I'm certain that wasn't an outlap, as he's not pitted a single time just yet. Albano actually looking to potentially lap his own teammate. The Sipix sandwich is looking real tasty right now. MW once again asking to S, but Fede makes the move. I'm not sure if MW is very happy about that. Is he looking down the inside on turn 1? Yes, he is. Fede goes wide. MW takes the position. Fede not looking to give up just yet down the inside of turn 2. The two of these drivers are still fighting. MW really forcing Fede quite tight. Has to be wary of the trailers of the ping. I'm not sure if he just slightly edged Fede into the grass on the straight there, but makes a mistake. Fede makes the move on the hairpin, and he takes now second as Albano is into the pits, allows his own teammate to unlap himself, and it's Albano onto another set of mediums. So it was 8-9 that he was planning, and it's 8-9 that he is doing now. Fede on fairly fresh mediums. Can he take him to the end? Albano went on 9 mediums. He's pitted just now. That's going to be 9 mediums. It's going to be the bare maximum you can do on the mediums, 9 laps. So I'm not sure what Fede's strategy is here, but he might have gotten the pit strategy wrong yet again. Bishone on fresh hards. He's already catching up to the back of MW, to the back of Fede, and those two drivers will have to pit once more. MW at least makes some sense. He's on the yellow mediums. He's probably just pitting onto softs very shortly, but Fede is... Those are lime mediums, so I'm not very sure what's going on there, but I'm sure Albano is having the time of his life. Took that race lead from Fede a second or third lap, and he's been running away with it ever since. Just a wonderful drive from him, and he's just looking for this final third of the race to make that dream a reality of winning here as the F1 race ends. Let's have a little look at the JL standings. Let's have a little look at the JL race wins. And yeah, I've got third, second, third for Albano this season. What about last season? Third, second, third. So I feel like this would be his first race win. Let's see, season 17. Yeah, he wasn't that good as he is now. Albano is looking to take his first JL win. He just has to keep it going. Fede on much more worn tires, mediums behind him. And then we've got Bishone, we've got Lexus. MW has already pitted onto the soft tires. 6 laps to go, or 7. And he's chasing down Lexus, and it's looking like a wonderful little race for Carpathians Peak. Currently 3rd and 4th. Of course, soon that might change to 3rd and 5th. It might change to 4th and 5th. But still, MW down the inside of Lexus. A bit of a cheeky dive bomb, but keeps it clean. What a move from MW. Really just raring to go and catch Bishone, raring to try and get back on that podium. Fede is still out on those medium tires. He's into the pits now, 5 laps before the end. He's looking for the soft tires. Bishone is up into 2nd position, and Fede is of course under the softs. MW, not sure which one of them was ahead before MW pit. I think Fede was, so I think it might be another undercut from MW, but Fede will have a very nice soft tire. Oh, lag rocket between the two of them. Lexus onto the podium, and oh my god, they're both gonna be very pissed about that. Luckily, they've not lost too much time to Lexus, but I'm sure one or two of them were still looking to try and catch Bishone. I think at this point, that's a pipe dream looking at the time gap. And now they're looking... Oh, Fede down the inside of Lexus doesn't have the patience to try and do anything more. MW just slaughters Lexus. Jesus Christ. Absolute murder. Absolute seeds here in Motegi. And we've got Albano, meanwhile, just calmly taking it to the end of the race. Bishoni in second. He will be very happy about the chaos that has met the drivers behind him, because that is just guaranteeing him a lovely little result here. We've got Fede up in third at the current moment. MW, he's got the worst tires. He won't be able, I don't think, to catch up to Fede. And he's got Lexus to worry about. But I know Lexus's hards are also dead. So I think he'll be fine with that. Mika to Mika in 6th. Jetix in 7th. Carlitos in 8th. Kind of surprising. I expected more from Carlitos, but maybe he just didn't practice much. Axis in 9th. Nearly drives into grass on the straight, but he manages to keep himself from doing that. Legendary driver Axis, and Mafagil behind him in 10th. We got Sunday driver in 11th, finally driving on an actual Sunday. And we've got Polak in 12th, just having fun, just having a little drive, trying to help out Albano and Zipex. I'm sure Albano will appreciate it no matter the result. But look at him go. It's a 39.05. Bishoni was faster by half a second. Not nearly fast enough to catch Albano. But we're soon starting the final lap of the race, and we don't really have much fights. The closest we have is Axis and Mafagil. And what did we have there? Oh yeah, Lexus overtaking MW after he made a mistake in the hairpin. Caught the tail end of that. Lexus, I think, went a little wide there. MW looking down the inside on those worn softs. I think he goes wide himself. Lexus takes back 4th position. Mr. Albano is just slowly and calmly going through these final turns, looking to make history. MW Lexus still fighting Albano on the final turns, the final chicane. And he is, I believe, the first ever Scotsman to win a JL race. It's Mr. Albano to win a Japanese J Prix. Bishone with 2nd position. Fede rounds off the podium, and Lexus more than defeats MW for 4th position. Great for Carpathian's Peak. Mika to Mika in 6th. Jetix in 7th. It will be Carlitos in 8th. What a race from Albano. Amazing. Dominant performance. Mafagil versus Axis. Axis will take it on the line. It's 9th, it's 10th for Mafagil, 11th for Sunday Driver, and 12th for Polak. What a race from Albano. Maybe we can get a little cheeky interview from him if he's in the VC or not. But yeah, amazing performance. His first JL win, and what a lovely race from him. What a lovely controlled drive. Do we have him in the VC? Does he want to be in the VC? We don't have him in the VC. Everyone's just left. Okay. Well, that was JL. What a race. Great job to Albano. He might actually even have a little look at Bishone and MW in the standings after that. Maybe do something in Gwangju, maybe do something in Korea. He is actually now in the VC. Albano, would you like to tell us about your race win? How you feeling?
Oh, fuck yes! Oh man, that was amazing. I don't really know what happened. Basically, before the race, I was absolutely stressing because there was no one responding to me in his effects chat, so I didn't have a teammate. So I had to call up Polak, who's had a grand total of 0 laps practice in the last 3 months of UR2D. So that was interesting start to the race, and then we started on rain. I saw Lexus on the hards, got past him, was like leading the race. Saw Fede almost sent me into like space at one point, and then I just somehow gapped people, and then got the strategy well when we went back onto dries, or like the double medium when everyone done soft hard. So yeah, I'm very happy because that's 3 seasons that I've been waiting to get a win, and it's finally happened. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, amazing performance. Just drove a nice calm race, ran away at the start, and just kept that gap going. Kept good strategy. So great job, and
Thank you.
congratulations on the victory. Now
Thank you.
it's JL, so I don't really care to voice crack. I don't really care to interview anyone else. So that was JL Season 18A Round 4. That was the Japanese J Pre. That was Motegi. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye.